Hello you beautiful people, welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and in this video you can watch the forecast for your star sign for the week 1st to 7th of September 2025. This reading is for Scorpio Sun, Moon and also Scorpio Rising. And if you are Scorpio Sun like me, then the reading is going to show us what events are going to happen to us throughout the week. But the Moon and the Rising sign are also very important, because if you listen to your Moon sign, then that reading is going to, the moon sign reading is going to show you how those events are going to affect you, or in other words, how you're going to feel about them. While if you listen to your rising sign, that reading will be the guidance reading for you, and is going to show you what is going to be the best way to handle those events around. So listening to all three of your major signs is going to broaden up the reading for you, and is going to make it a far more personalized. So with that said, the first card for Scorpio, it is Six of Cups. Second card for Scorpio, that will be King of Cups. Third one, that will be the Chariot. And the final one, we have Five of Swords. We do have a scammer on our hands that we're going to have to handle this week, or simply, ignore. The additional card to the King of Cups, that is a Nine of Wands. So I said scammer, but with that Nine of Wands, that changes things a little bit. It will be still a scammer for some of us, but not for many. For the rest, it's a user, which can also could be called a scammer. Under user, I mean someone that seeks to take advantage of, to do their job, by yourself. And so after that, they can kind of like get the gains, which is something that no one looks forward to. But aside from that, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, the week is going to be very pleasant for a Scorpio. We do have a Six of Cups into the first position, which is the topic and the environment of our week. And with the Six of Cups, everything is going to make us feel good. The chores even that we are doing throughout the week, we are going to find a way how to make them run pleasant. We're going to find a way how to make the time running pleasant, doing our chores. Any person that we're going to interact with, whether we're going to get introduced to, we're going to meet, or someone that we already know that we're going to spend some time with, all of them are going to have that pleasant taste too. That time we spend with them are going to have that pleasant taste too, especially with the new introductions, with the new meetups or matches, I would say. Moreover than not, or more often, so not moreover, but more often than not, we're going to end up liking those people emotionally and physically as well. It's just they are going to be much to us. The enterprises that we're going to deal with, projects at work, personal endeavors, hobbies, and so on and so forth, all of them are going to end up being very interesting and quite pleasant to go about with. So overall, the week is going to be really, really nice and really pleasant week to live through, and to wake up every morning, and do it with a smile on our faces. But that person is going to appear. Now, this is the second position, and it is the position of what works against us. Now, I said scammer, very likely. Thank you for choosing my channel to get your weekly forecast, and I really, really hope that it does helps you and it gives you some answers that you seek. If you do want to drive the situation home, however, and get more specific answers for it and more specific insight to it, you can go for a personalized reading to my website, which link you're seeing right now at your screen. You can find it as well in the description down below. Other than that, let's jump right away back to your video, because that's a person who gives empty propositions, right? They're proposing you something, and on paper, or it sounds really nice, it does sounds, say, lucrative, gainful, but behind it stands absolutely nothing. That is a person who portray themselves as someone who can offer you the world, but actually they do stand for nothing. Now, that Nine of Wands kind of speaks that they can't handle their situation by themselves and they're going to try to beguile you into it so you can do their job for them, right? You do the job for them. And at the end, they do plan to leave you empty-handed. So my appeal to you and to me as well, although I do work alone, I don't see how this is, taking place in relationships, but who knows. But for work, I work alone, so I don't see how this is gonna happen to me. I mean, probably it's gonna be some kind of a scammer for me, but I have those every single days, a bunch of them in my email, and I don't even pay attention to them. Anyway, very important to double, triple check, quadruple check any proposal that comes your way, even if it is a proposal for a help, because there is a surreptitious intention behind it. Now, what is going to work in our favor is the Chariot card. So that card literally stands for a triumph despite the odds, and it also says that throughout the week we're going to have a very challenging project ahead of us, or a challenging person to handle with a positive note, like a challenging person to ask for a date, someone who doesn't just date with anyone, right? Or a very difficult client to handle and to attract, very difficult project, very difficult endeavor in our social circle, and we're going to be able to manage it, and not just only manage it so it can work, but manage it so it can work according to the way we wish it works. And we're going to be able to do it all by ourselves, and that is going to make us feel very, very proud at the end of the week of ourselves. And I bet that for most of us is going to be super solid foundation to make a huge leap into development moving forward. But this tremendous triumph is going to make us rather very cocky, maybe the word that I should use here, because we do have a Five of Swords at the end. And this, it's kind of like a sense of unpunishment, right? That anything we do can go unpunished because of the triumph that we have accomplished throughout the week. We may set a new goal that it is quite of a bigger bite than we can chew. And this goal or this target at the end of the week is going to make us cross certain lines, the consequences of which are going to be humiliation, they are going to be abuse of power, and all sorts of things that we can only end up on the losing side. So what is important at the end of the week here for us Scorpio is while we are going to be very proud of ourselves that we have triumphed against the odds all by ourselves, that doesn't make us a superheroes, it doesn't make us supermans or superwomans. It's just, I can't really say a lucky draw, but one can go on full gear, on full steam ahead just so much. And so at the end of the week, when we have to set a new target, because that is what happens here with the Five of Swords, we should be careful how we do it, avoiding crossing a line, for example, crossing a line of expenditure to expect to have more money than you actually have right now, and to spend them moving forward, to get into over expense, or abuse of power, like stepping on someone's neck and influence them into do our bidding and so on and so forth. These type of behaviors are not gonna end well for us. So again, it's important to restrict ourselves only to the limit of our own capabilities at the end of the week when we decide what comes next. This was your weekly tarot reading. I hope it helped you. and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, you can subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel the need to do so. Any engagement would help me greatly. And if you do think that this video can help someone you know, you can share it as well with them. Other than that, hopefully we're going to see each other next time. And until then, bye.